been 3 days since I uploaded a video. I really haven't done much with ecom wise, like with important update wise. Just been spending the last few days putting a lot more research into ecom, like looking at more products, understanding products, learning more about ads, and just focusing basically on actual e-commerce and not drop shipping. I know I named the my YouTube titles as dropshipping day whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking about switching it to e-commerce day whatever. I know it's not like a huge change, but I'm not trying to do dropshipping anymore. That's like I've learned how short term it is. I talked about that in my day 50 video. I go really in depth into long term versus short term e-commerce. Basically, short term is more for drop shippers, I guess, and how my overall goals, my long-term goals are to stay in e-commerce long term. And so yeah, I've just been stepping back, learning a lot more about creatives, about store setup, about finding products, mainly about product research. That's really important, actually finding good products, what it takes to understand what a good product is. And when you actually find a good product and basically validate it, you are almost certain to succeed with that product. And of course you have to like test the creatives and all that. Like you're not going to have 100% results, but at least you'll have results at the beginning, but you'll understand why the results might not be higher. It's a lot of more in-depth reasoning to why to long term, whereas short term is just you put videos onto meta ads and then hope it works. Yeah, we've been learning a lot more from somebody in our Discord server. It's completely free, guys, but there's somebody's just been helping us out. He's done he's done pretty well with ecom, not pretty well. He's done very well with e-commerce, and he's just been helping us out too, teaching us stuff that he's learned on his journey. He's very successful, I would say, I guess. But yeah, he has been helping us out, and I've just been using all the information that he's been giving me, just learning from that. And I'm hoping to launch something just to at least test creative wise, at least in December. It's of course very hard to actually start a brand or a e-commerce store in December, mainly just due to Q4 and how high people are spending budgets. People's budgets are insane in Q4. They're really high. You cannot compete with already established brands in Q4, which they've been prepping for like months, even years, just to get to these points of the Q4 success. So it's really hard to actually join into the market and basically succeed with whatever product you're launching alongside other people launching it, because everyone's budgets are really high if they're already successful in their brand. So the goal is to learn a lot in December and of course test it out, hopefully get some stores up, maybe running a little bit of money, at least find some success so I can at least learn the fundamentals towards starting an actual brand. And when Q1 hits, so in 2026, I will actually have way more knowledge than most people will have that are just straight up ripping content from Calidata or just doing basic short-term e-commerce. So when Q1 hits, 2026 can be life-changing then. Like I'll actually understand things and it'll be a lot easier to start a brand in Q1 compared to Q4. So this last part of Q4 from December till January is going to be a lot of just learning. Of course, testing still. I still need to be testing products. I can't just be learning because, learning about, like an example I talked about in a video I recorded yesterday that I did not post. I talked about how if you want to learn how to play the piano, but all you do is learn the notes, you don't even learn how to play the keys or anything, like you just learn how to read the music, you're not going to know how to play the piano. You actually have to test it out yourself, learn it by actually playing the piano. Of course, learning how to play it, but that relates to e-commerce with, of course, you still need to be testing products. You can't just be doing all the theory work. It's very important to be doing a lot of theory work in e-com, like learning how strategies work, different strategies, different ways of e-com, everything like that you can consume about e-com. Of course, it's important to learn about, but in the end, it's something you have to learn, of course, by yourself. You can obviously use all the information that you get from the internet, but in the end, it's something you have to learn on your own. and that's still something I need to be testing out. Of course, I won't find hyper success in starting a brand in Q4. I doubt I will in the last few weeks of December. But I think starting January, I can really actually start something big. I wanted to say that yesterday I recorded a video and I was kind of just talking about why I don't like school, what I really don't like about it, because I had my first semester of university and I talked about how I didn't really like it, but I had such a, how do I say it, like such a push to not post it. I don't know, I just had such a feeling to just not post it. It was like a 20-minute video, but I don't know, I just did not want to post that video. And I guess today I kind of learned why it's good to be in university. It's, you know, the structure is amazing to have while you're in university. Of course, if you're paying like $100,000 for university and you have to pay for that, that's a whole different story. But in my situation, there's no point for me to actually not, there's no point for me to drop out. And I was kind of talking about why I wanted to drop out, but of course I haven't made that money and I'm not dropping out anytime soon. I don't have any of the capital to do that yet, but you know, it's more in-depth reasoning to why I shouldn't drop out, and I learned that today, I guess. I've kind of known that as well, but yeah, I just didn't want to post that video. I don't know, it wasn't a great video, so that's why I haven't posted in 3 days. I would have posted yesterday, but the video was terrible, I think. But yeah, I've just been taking a lot of information from everyone, learning as much as I can. It's the most important thing. That's when you're trying to learn a new skill. E-commerce is a skill in the end, because if you're able to maintain 10 plus years of e-commerce or 5 plus years of e-commerce, that's a skill, because you actually can replicate knowledge that you have. If you build one store and just, you know, you built one store, but then 4 months you can't even get another store to go, then realistically you don't even know what you're doing. You basically got lucky. These stores that only last for even just a year and then they can't replicate it, that's not even skill in e-commerce, that's just luck. And so I'm trying to build the skills for e-commerce. It's a long phase of just learning. I've been pretty stupid with how I've been doing e-commerce. I haven't been learning. I've just been throwing money at Facebook and just hoping things work. I've made, I think, 10K with paid ads, not even 10K with paid ads in revenue. But I spent majority of the past 6 months just throwing money at a wall, because I had a lot of savings from my organic days. Because I did organic last year, I did roughly like 50K revenue with that organic store, so I had a good amount saved up, and so I was able to actually start paid ads. That's why I went all into paid ads. But I was just pretty stupid with it. I wasn't learning. I just followed the strategy that my friends, it worked for my friend. Like the pump and dump strategy worked for one of my friends, and that's why I was following that strategy. I didn't want to learn from anyone else, because I thought, you know, he figured it out, and then he hasn't replicated it in like 2 months. I'm not throwing shots at him or anything. Like, we're still very close friends. We're still working together to get better every day. But it was like a mutual thing that we were kind of just tunnel vision, just doing whatever we think works, not really taking in information to actually improve. And so that's what I started doing, was just taking a lot more time on, you know, learning things. I haven't tested in, I think, a week maybe, and I've just been learning a lot more. Of course, the past few days I've had to focus on my exams just so I can at least do good on the exams that are important for my classes, because I have one more exam tomorrow, and then after tomorrow I'm free for 3 weeks, which is amazing. I hope I can get a lot more done in the 3 weeks time. But yeah, tomorrow's exam doesn't even matter entirely for me, because I'm switching majors, and the course tomorrow is important for my old major that I was in. But now since I'm switching, this course the exam that I'm doing tomorrow, it doesn't matter at all. So I'm just gonna go in, guess everything. I'm not gonna study for that one. But the other exams that I had earlier this week, they were more important for both majors, and so I studied for those exams. So of course I was putting a bit more time into that, not doing so much e-commerce, and that's why I, you know, was not uploading, because I didn't really have anything to say other than, oh, I'm just doing more research. I think for the next videos, I think I could be putting out information that I learned, because of course not a lot of people are even watching these videos. Like, I'm getting maximum like 100 views, and that's not everyone's watching all the videos. Of course, I'm not expecting people to watch the videos. It's just more for me to, you know, be more disciplined to work every day, and hopefully inspire some people. I know some people have learned about drop shipping, e-commerce just from these videos, so that's amazing that I'm somewhat helping, I guess, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's all. That's gonna be it for this video. I'll just say join the Discord, guys. It's completely free. I'm trying to make a great community of just people you can network with. There is like a quick application. I'm trying to get rid of it just to see if I can, but I have to put like a quick application. It's super easy. All you do is just say how you found the Discord, and then if you agree to the rules, and I'll accept you in. It's just so we can try and minimize the amount of scammers that join, because there are a lot of scammers that have been joining, trying to promote their courses or their, SMMAs. But yeah, there's a lot of successful, not a lot, but there's a few successful people in this server. A lot of people are also learning. It's a great community. I think you guys should just join it. It's free. I'm not trying to promote a course or anything. I'm not trying to make it paid in the future or anything. I'm just trying to make a great place to network with people. And I think this Discord has already grown a lot since just starting this channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video or are watching up until this point, if you guys want to follow my journey, whoa, I just messed up there, but if you guys want to follow my journey, subscribe, join the Discord, talk with me, talk with some other people that have succeeded with ecom. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.